spit on the floor to make everyone laugh. I don't know how to help because I don't know much. I spent a crazy amount of time working on the EdTPA this weekend, but still not done and still not close to done. This is the stack of papers that I need to look through. One is for writing and one is for math. The math one shouldn't be too bad. For the writing, I think I'm just struggling to choose which 3 students I want to use as my focus, but the commentary questions don't look too bad and I got a really good start on it this weekend. I just need to stay up late every single day until it's submitted. I'll also try not to talk about it too much in this video because I feel like I'm just complaining at this point. I was a little worried this morning because my eyes started to feel really droopy and I just felt like this rush of tiredness and I was not ready for this day. The kids are also doing an amazing job being on task. There's still a few moments of goofiness, which I actually really like. It's cute because one of the kids who doesn't really talk to the host teacher called me over and was like, guess what time I stayed up last night? And I said, let me guess, Fortnite, huh? He was telling me about the update they had last night and that he played all the way until 2 a.m. again. One of the girls also made little paper stars for me over the weekend and I told her to write my name on one side and then her name on the back so that I would always remember. It's such an amazing feeling knowing that you're making a difference in the kids' lives and also knowing that they love and care for me as much as I care for them. Sometimes the stuff you need to do to get a kid to do what they need to do is so ridiculous. I've mentioned this before, but one of my kids has like a blank space in his head and is pretty firm to refuse when he doesn't want to do something. For example, today he just dropped his paper on the floor and just sat there staring at it like it was going to pick itself up. It took a while to even get him to put that paper back on his desk, and when it was time to get into groups, he just refused to move. We do a lot of go noodle dances in our class, and one of them was like dodging the animals left and right. So I told him, go get to your group, hurry, the earth is shaking, like the mammoths are coming to get to you. While you're walking there, take down the animals, hurry, there's a penguin sliding to your left, stomp. He finally got to his group. Don't even know if he was doing work. The day went so well until it didn't. The students who usually get off task somehow always manage to pull everyone else who's working to get distracted too. We had a big problem with noise level when people were working in groups. There were some kids who just refused to work. There's one student making excuses not to do work, like, oh, I don't want to do this, I'm bored, like I don't want to do this, I'm lazy. And it gets so hard because like you see potential in them, but they don't want to work for themselves. I think that's something that I really want to work on and to learn about is increasing intrinsic motivation for the students. A couple minutes ago, I was watching some students from this other class who are 3rd graders right now. My host teacher is currently subbing for this after school program that they're having. And I said, oh, that means you might be able to meet your new teacher for next year. And one of them asked, are you going to be here next year if we get that teacher? And I said, no. And they're like, aw. But I was like, I've only met you for a minute. One of them made a comment saying like, oh, it's because you look nice. I hate grading. I'm actually doing a pretty good job so far though, but I'm not really grading, I'm just scoring and giving numbers to the students. This is the stack that I've finished so far. Still got 2 more tables to do. What I'm doing is nothing close to what actual grading is though, but it is tiring. It's actually pretty nice that I taped everything together already because when I grade it, I just flip to the next one. Flip to the next one. One of the reasons why this kid wants a dog is because it's funny, and the evidence is when they're somewhere, they just teleport to a different place and just stare at you with this stare. I see why these kids are always acting a fool on these now. They can catch burglars. Evidence. They will catch that burglar so you can't run away, burglar.
In the event of an emergency, call 911 from your cell.
I love to. Oh wait, we do.
An itty bitty free? Like that? Because let's be real.
Feels like mud, but it's not sand.
Oh! That's my turn?
Yeah. When is it our turn?
Are you ready?
I'll go before you.
Oh! Soccer was so fun. The field trip was really fun. I think I had a really good group, even though one of them was a student who's usually not listening or making a lot of sounds. It was really good in a small group, and 100% would do it again. The only bad thing was during the bus ride home, one of the students, which was the guy I'm talking about who makes noises, spit on the floor to make everyone laugh. Another thing is another student was grabbing someone's jacket and was throwing it in the trash can that was in the bus. And when I went up to the group of boys, I asked them who threw the jacket. Obviously, everyone's like, oh, I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. I don't know, I didn't throw it. Someone told me who threw it, and I kind of already knew who it was. The boy kept denying it every single time I asked him, and he just wouldn't admit to it. And so I talked to the rest of the boys, and I was like, we're only going to play the soccer game, or World Star is what they call it, if you guys answer my question. Who threw the jacket? And it turned into like this mini lesson of the boy who cried wolf. I'm really hoping that they become honest kids, because in the beginning when I started student teaching, a lot of them were very, very honest about things that they did or things that they saw. But now I know they're fourth graders, so they want to back each other up. But as a teacher, it's a little disappointing to see this shift in mindset. Overall, wonderful day. It's been an hour and a half since I've been awake, but I feel like I'm still trying to wake up right now. On the drive here, I was falling asleep while my host teacher's talking to me. I can't even focus. I ended up falling asleep for a bit. I am way more awake now because my teacher was telling me about her obsession with sock monkeys. Look at this. She used to have 100 sock monkeys as a child, line them up and kiss each of them goodnight. Oh, you're gonna put it on the mountain? Oh, because it's gonna swim by itself, and that's why it survives. Because then they see more food, and somehow the time ran out so quickly. So I'm chowing down my food right now while my teacher is picking up the kids. There was a holiday shop today, and one of the students got me this little best teacher token. Super cute, but she doesn't know how to spell my name. And then another student, not from the holiday shop, but she brought me this cute cat sticker with this turtle one too. And I like to put student stickers on my laptop somewhere, so I'm trying to see where it looks the best. Maybe right here, because it kind of matches. I got super caught up in preparing for my observation tomorrow that I didn't realize my cohort was tonight, and now I'm stuck in the classroom for another hour, and it is 6 p.m. right now, so I'll be leaving at 7. That's 12 and a half hours on campus.
And you can only still miss one class?
One of our kids is doing a disservice to his table by not doing what he's supposed to do and getting them table points, so we're setting up an individualized system for him so that he can get 20 stamps and then get one of the prizes from the claw machine. My second recorded observation is today, and last night I stayed until 6 just preparing for that, and then another hour and a half doing my cohort and talking to our neighbor teacher. But this is what I have planned. This is how I set up the first problem for today. I made tape airplanes and blank faces so that the students can personalize their own characters. I'm going to choose a student and then slowly choose the next 3. The reason why I do this is because it helps so much with engagement and making sure that they're paying attention, because I only choose the students who are paying attention to draw faces. And I did it with the previous lesson, picture right here, and it worked extremely well. So especially because this is an observation, I want to show student engagement. I covered all the parts I needed for my lesson, and I had to quadruple tape it because last time my posters kept falling. I forgot my lunch at home, and my host teacher was nice enough to just let me go and then come back whenever I was ready, because once the students get back from lunch, it's just going to be pretty much independent reading time. While I was walking outside to the gate, a lot of them were like, Miss Trin, Miss Trin. It was super duper cute. So I passed by the first table, the girls' table, and I was like, you guys want to choose my lunch for me? It was either between Popeyes and McDonald's. Here I am at Popeyes. It's so cute seeing how much the kids love you, because usually on Wednesdays we're going to El Pollo Loco and they're never shouting my name, but this time I was walking out alone, so we had the girls' table chanting my name, a boy from one of the other tables with the group of boys, another one over here, another set of boys over here. I honestly don't know how I really feel about my lesson. My teacher said it was good, but in my eyes, a lot of the students couldn't understand it and they were confused when it was time for them to show me on their whiteboards, and the lesson took a lot longer than I wrote on the actual lesson plan. So I hope my clinical supervisor doesn't mind watching like double the video. In terms of behavior, I would say it was way better than it was when I did my first observation, and that's mostly because I kind of like put the kids who usually never work in the back, and so my host teacher was still able to support me. I don't feel stressed about it. I don't feel like worried about what my clinical supervisor will say in terms of feedback, because at this point I just want it over with, and I know that the feedback will help me realize like what I'm doing wrong and what I can do better. Some good parts of the lesson were that the students actually used their prior knowledge, so they turned their heads to look at this poster that I made a couple weeks ago in order to know like all the definitions for all the vocabulary terms. So I think that was really good evidence to show that I can build academic language. Also, even though some of the students didn't get it and they were confused, they were still thinking about it, and you can hear them comment like, oh, that's how, oh, I get it now. So I think their confusion and my feedback towards specific parts in their work on the whiteboards was a good thing, because that's just part of the learning process. I mean, kids are going to be confused. They gotta analyze their work and see where they went wrong and then build those connections. So I'm not worried about my observation. No tears today, which is amazing. But I'm sure that there will be a bunch of feedback for my teaching, and that's okay. We had a sub this morning because my host teacher and I were at an academic conference. We were looking at student data and seeing where they lied in terms of whether they were meeting expectations or not. The whole purpose of it was to see what kind of like individualized plans we would need for each of the students. And as a student teacher, I don't know, I honestly feel so useless. I don't know how to help because I don't know much. This is my 7th week student teaching, but all this iReady stuff is something that I still can't truly get a grasp on. I know that the system is individualized for the students and scaffolds what they need, but as a teacher, I'm still learning how to support those needs. And it kind of scares me because if I were to get hired, I don't think I would be ready. After the meeting and when we were coming back into the classroom, all the kids were so happy to see us. It was super adorable. And one of them, his face lit up and was like, Ms. Trin, I got you and the other teacher a gift. And he looked super shy, but also like super excited to show me. So he went into his backpack and he pulls out this. And so I asked him, oh, this is so cute. Like, where should we put this in the classroom? And he said, I think it would look good over there where it says, together we are home. And I'll show you it here. While the sub was here, they were working on these holiday cards so that the school can give it to students that come from low income households. And one of these cards will also come with a meal. The kid who gave us the little classroom decor came, it's lunchtime by the way, he came over and he was like, I saw this fall out of my pocket and I was supposed to return it to you, but the bell rang. And this is my teacher's marker.